I'm Chip Hunt. I design and build homes. One of the things I know for sure is that God called me to build. Building is kind of my ministry. My father had a genius IQ, but he was an alcoholic, and he was an abusive alcoholic. And he died at 43 in a car wreck because of alcoholism. And my mother then married another alcoholic, and I swore from those two experiences that I would never drink, but I did all through college and high school and in my early working career. I didn't drink that much, but drinking was just a good time that got away from me. I was slowly creeping into alcoholism then. I got saved on May 18th, 1981. I accepted Christ and my life changed immediately. Was clean and sober, not drinking, but after a 3-year period, by my own decision, I drank one beer or a beer, and then it escalated from there. It wasn't like just overwhelming alcoholism at that moment, but the one led to two, the two led to three, all night, every night, and the only time I was really sober was just a few hours through the middle of the day. I had 3 beautiful sons. They never saw me sober during this time. My alcoholism increased to a point where my wife finally had me committed to a rehab. Through the rehabs they were putting me in, I would hear all these people telling war stories about cocaine and other drugs. So when I came out of one, I tried powdered cocaine, but I could still function on that. But putting myself in bad places every night around that kind of people, I had crack cocaine put in front of me. And when I took a hit of crack cocaine, that was like every drug I'd ever taken, every high I'd ever had rolled into one 3-minute high. It was overwhelming, overpowering. It changed my thinking. It changed everything about me. You have a 1-minute high, then you'll spend the next 48 hours in this raging, craving monster inside of you saying, get more. Everything I had within 6 months was gone. My house, my cars, my business, everything went down the tubes so quickly. Being an addict is not like you can just say, well, your willpower, get clean on your willpower, because you can't, because it's like you have no hope. I could not shake it. I could not get rid of it, and I wanted to so bad. One day, I had a crack dealer with me that was supposedly helping me work, and I was driving down the road with that crack dealer in my truck, and just so mentally low, and just thinking, Lord, I would be sober if you would just let me be the lowest person in your house. And at that point, I didn't audibly hear a voice, but God said, I will do that for you. I'll make you clean. And it was like he was standing there with his arms open behind me the whole time. He had never left me. But when I came to myself, just like the prodigal son came to himself, when I realized the sincerity of God and the sincerity of this prayer I was praying in that moment, God made me clean. I just pulled over. And I said, you got to get out. I just put him out on the side of the road, and I turned that truck around. And when I turned around, it was like a load was lifted off of me. It wasn't like 1,000 green stars or some warm, fuzzy feeling, but I knew by faith God was going to heal me. And that day, I committed myself. I committed my rehabilitation to Him. The next morning, I got up early, opened my Bible, said, God, keep me clean and sober this day. And His word was just jumping off the page, and has been ever since. Just like the prodigal son, who only wanted to work for his father. He only wanted to go back and have a job for his father. But his father ran to him. God ran to me. He just would tell me every day that He loved me, and that He was just waiting for me to return to Him. I'd prayed so many emergency prayers before, but not as humbling myself and confessing that You're a Lord, You're God. Even though I had been saved in 1981, I had never been totally sold out, totally surrendered. Immediately, I was like a different person. And I went to my then wife and my children and told them that I was sorry for everything I'd done. I asked for their forgiveness. My boys, as I mentioned earlier, had never seen me sober, but he let them see me as a daddy. In that process, I lost everything, and I had a one-room cabin, and I couldn't even afford cable TV, so every night I'd come home, we'd play checkers every night. God used that time for my kids to get to know me. The finances got better, work got better. After that day, I can honestly say I never was tempted to do it again, never. When you call on God and you confess that He is Lord and God and more powerful than any drug, than any sin, than anything that can destroy you or harm you. For me, the power of God was the only way. And I believe with all addicts that it takes God's power to break that addiction. One of the things that God has done in my life since then got me involved in mission work. I've been to Honduras and Nicaragua over 30 times. I can't give Him enough honor and glory for what He did then and what He's still doing in my life today. I'm clean and sober for 20 years now.